Hey man, you wanna play some video games?
No way, dude, you always beat me.
Tell no one!
Hey, what's up guys, Radku here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today is going to be a Generaider deck profile. Now this deck is very cool. It's been a little bit since I've picked it back up, but honestly it still performs very well. The playstyle of this deck is to get access to Generaider Boss Stage, which is a very broken field spell. This allows you to summon your big generators from deck, and then continue to fuel your plays by summoning a ton of tokens. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting things off, I played 2 copies of Generaider Boss of Storms, Har. This card is really good. This card is a Dark Law and a Negate. Basically, this deck also plays a lot of level 9 monsters, and these cards allow you to fuel very cool rank 9 plays, as well as the fact that these cards alone are very insane. So the thing is that you have access to Har, which is honestly one of the best Generaider monsters. This allows you to just tribute 2 generators and just negate a card effect, but it also allows you to basically Dark Law your opponent with the hand loop effect, where you if they add a card, they just like they aren't able to use it. So one thing that people don't realize about Generaider when they first get into the deck is that Generaider Boss Stage activates in the draw phase as well, because it's only if a card is added. It doesn't need to be by a card effect. So the thing is that you can immediately use this on your opponent's draw phase to continue to fuel your effects very consistently, even if your opponent doesn't use effects that add cards to hand. I played 2 copies of Nidhogg. This is probably one of the best generators next to Har. Nidhogg is a very good card, which just allows you to tribute 1 generator monster to just negate the summon of a monster, which is very good. These 2 in tandem are probably the best ones to play, and some of the other ones are very good as well, but I figured these were the only 2 that required more than 1 copy. I played 1 copy of Hela. Some people play 2 copies of Hela, and I don't think that's wrong. Hela is very good for recursion, but I liked it more at 1 just because a lot of situations came up where I would hard draw Hela and I didn't really want it. I played 1 copy of Mardell. Mardell is just a searcher and is very good. Even though it doesn't do something on your opponent or on your opponent's turn, you can still use it to add stuff like your Generaider Boss Quest, which is a very good card. I played 1 copy of Frody and 1 copy of Utagodna. So the thing is that these 2 are kind of cuttable. The thing is that you need one of them, and honestly, Frody is far worse than it. It makes your opponent draw a ton of cards and is very bad, but I really only use it to help break boards if very necessary. So the thing is that you could completely cut Frody and it could make the deck a little bit more consistent, but I just really like to have the accessibility of being able to board wipe my opponent. So the thing is that you could easily cut this card for anything else, but I kind of wanted to have it just at 1 copy because I would always end up running out of generator cards in deck, so I would always want 1 more target to go into, and it has the best artwork. And then Utagodna just lets you just tribute 2 to just banish a card on the field, which is very good. This can add a lot of problem monsters. So that is it for the Generaider boss monsters. I played 3 copies of Lopter. Lopter is insane. It allows you to summon it, and then you could just tribute a generator monster on field, including itself, to special summon a generator. So even if your boss stage gets ashed when you try to summon it from deck, you can easily use Lopter to recover, so that way you can summon your generator monster from deck and still be able to pop off with your plays. And then I played 3 copies of Condemned Witch. This card is easy consistency. It allows you to get access to Lopter on your opponent's turn, but also it allows you to have access to Forbidden Droplets, which is now a searchable card, which is very good. This card is free consistency on top of searching and negate. This is honestly one of your best normal summons, even though it does make your plays a little bit more fragile. I played 3 copies of Ash just as a generic hand trap, along with 3 copies of Imperm. So for the spells, I played 1 copy of Terraforming to search your stage, and then 3 copies of Stage. This card is insane. So if a card is added from your opponent's main deck to your hand, or to their hand, you can special summon one Generaider from deck, and then if you special summon a Generaider monster during your opponent's turn, you can special summon as many Generaider tokens as possible, but destroy them during the end phase. So the thing is that this is how you're able to fuel your boss's effects. So basically, it's kind of like these are the boss monsters of a video game, and then these are their lackeys that they send out. It's honestly a really cool concept, but the thing is that this allows you to fuel your monster's effects very well, and it allows you to consistently reuse it on top of going into Xyz plays. I play 3 copies of Generaider Boss Quest. This just lets you reveal a Generaider monster and then search 2 spells and then put the monster on the bottom of the deck. But this is very good because it can give you access to Boss Room and Boss Fight, which are honestly very good cards. I play 3 copies of Prosperity because it's just free consistency, 3 copies of World Legacy Monstrosities because this just allows you to special summon ones from your hand, on top of the fact that it's basically just a free rank 9 if you have a monster on field, because you can target one level 9 you control, special summon from your deck 2 with different types and attributes, which is very easy in this deck, from the targeted monsters and with different names, but the 2 cannot attack. Also, they're destroyed during the end phase. You don't care. You just use them for Xyz plays, go into Jormungandr, and then you have easy access to just some really crazy plays. Droplets is just insane in this deck because it's searchable. Boss Room is also a very good card that people pass up. So the thing is that this allows you to use a boss stage easier, but the thing is that it also allows you to protect your Generaider boss effects, so that way your opponent can't, this helps you break boards so that way your opponent can't continue to negate your effects. Boss Fight I only play as a 2 of, because even though it's really, really good, you already play so many copies of your boss stage, because you play the 1 terraforming, the 3 stage, the 3 quest, and the 2 fight, as well as 1 metaverse. So the thing is that you have easy access to it. So the thing is, I didn't want to play more than was necessary. Then I play 3 copies of Imperm, and then Metaverse is a very, very good card in this deck, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to get access to your boss stage, and keep in mind, boss stage is a soft once per turn. So you could tribute all your cards, and then activate this, and then be able to continue to swarm your field, say if you summoned using a Lopter, after the second boss stage gets on the field, you can continue to fuel your plays, which is very, very good. So that's it for the main deck. Going into the extra deck, I play 3 copies of Jormungandr. This card is an insane card. So it allows you to steal cards from your opponent's hand, but it also allows you to gain attack. So this card can become huge, and every single turn you can quick effect just steal cards that your opponent has, which can continue to fuel it, so it can gain 1,000 attack almost every turn, which is very, very good, on top of stealing your opponent's cards. I play 1 copy of 9 Lives Cat. This just allows you to go through recurrence plays. I played 2 copies of Infinitrack Earth Slicer. This card is really good for breaking boards and is the alternative to Frody, because it's honestly a lot better than Frody is. This is honestly just a very accessible card that you have, and it's just really, really good because you can continue to detach materials. I played 1 copy of Phantom Fortress. This card just is an out to Dragoon, just out to problem cards that you need to take care of. I played 1 copy of Sacred Tree Beast Hypertron. This card is just a negate. You honestly don't need it, and it's usually banished off of Prosperity. I played 2 copies of Zeus, a very good card in this deck. I play the Utopic Draco Future package just because you kind of have easy access to it. You aren't swarming the field with level 9s, which is why I only play 1 copy of each of them. But the thing is that you still have access to it, which is good later in the game, say with a 9 Lives Cat. So I play it just for the accessibility of it. I play 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and 1 Access Code Talker, just as generic outs. But that is pretty much it for the list. Let's go over to some replays. So this is a quick 2-card combo that ends on 4 disruptions. So you're gonna usually have access to your boss stage considering how many copies you play, and usually you want to have access to Condemned Witch because it can get you access to your forbidden droplets. So honestly, boss stage is just a 1-card combo getting you usually access to about 2 disruptions, but I will show you pretty much the maximum ceiling for turn 1 unless you open something like World Legacy Monstrosities. So you're going to start out your turn by normal summoning the Condemned Witch after activating the boss stage. Condemned Witch will get you a search onto droplets, and you're just going to pass turn after setting the droplets. So you're going to set the droplets, and on your opponent's turn, when they draw a card off of their draw phase, you're going to use the effect of boss stage, summon the Har. Now keep this in mind. If they add a card, you can just loop 1 card, which is very, very good because it specifically makes them send a monster, which means that you can get rid of major combo pieces depending on what they have, especially since a lot of the best decks right now, mainly Sword Soul, need more cards to have in their hand in order to continue to pop off with their plays, so that way you can get rid of major combo pieces while still playing around a lot of stuff. So then on the summon, you're going to use the effect of boss stage to summon your 3 tokens, and then on resolution, you can simply use the effect of Condemned Witch, tributing it to summon the Lopter. I accidentally forgot to do that. And then you'll, on res, use the effect of Lopter to summon the Nidhogg from deck. So now you have access to a negate with a Har, a loop for 1, and then you have the 2 tokens to tribute for Har, and then you have a summon negate with Nidhogg, as well as the fact that you have 2 other cards in your hand, 3 other cards in your hand that you can use to use your forbidden droplets in. That means you have 4 solid disruptions, and keep in mind this was only off of 2 cards, and you keep the monsters on field, so you're just going plus for no reason, which is really, really good. This deck can continue to keep that advantage going, as even though you burn through your resources pretty quickly, you have stuff like Hela, which can you can use to reuse those resources. But that's gonna be it for the video. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know if there's anything you would change about the list. A lot of people have been cutting Boss Room from the list, and I honestly don't really understand. The card is very good and it counters a lot of stuff, and it's a searchable one-of, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but tell me if there's anything you would change down in the comments, and I will see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Peace, guys.